Hi, today I thought it would be fun to make a red velvet Ooey Gooey cake. We first discovered what Ooey Gooey cakes were when we visited St. Louis this past summer. We did a lot of research into St. Louis before we went, and that's when I came across the idea, the concept of this local specialty in St. Louis called an Ooey Gooey cake. And we were fascinated by it, looking at the photos and reading about it online, and made a point of definitely trying several while we were there. In fact, and then we came back, and since then we've been inspired to both make some. We even had one delivered from St. Louis. Making a red velvet ooey cake is actually quite simple. It only requires 5 ingredients: eggs, cake mix, and because we're making red velvet today, a red velvet cake mix. If you were going to make a traditional ooey gooey cake, you would just do a regular yellow cake mix. Sugar, butter, and cream cheese. So let's get started. So the first step is to preheat the oven to 350. So here I go. On 350, press start. So it's now preheating. Next, you would flour and butter a 13x9 pan. I normally cheat and just use wax paper, but I thought this time I would actually use butter and flour. I am not a professional cook, which shows that if I can make this, anybody can make an ooey gooey cake. It's so simple and just so incredibly delicious. You will love it. If you haven't already had one. If you had one, you already know how wonderful it is. So the next step is to mix together the cake mix, 1 egg, and the butter. So here we have the melted stick of butter, and I'm going to add in 1 egg and the cake mix. I have finished mixing together the cake mix, 1 egg, and the butter. Now I'm going to, in another bowl, mix together 2 eggs, 1 package of cream cheese, and 1 package or 1 pound of sugar. So now I have the mixed eggs, cream cheese, and sugar. The next step is to take my first cake mixture and press it into the 13x9 floured buttered bowl. So now I have pressed my cake batter mixture into the pan, and the final step is going to be pouring my sugary, buttery cream cheese mixture over this and spreading it out evenly. And you could actually, this step where I put the cake mixture in, you could actually have done that right away, right after you mixed it together, before mixing together your sugar, eggs, and cream cheese. So you can either do it right away, or this time I actually didn't do it till I prepared all the ingredients. I've now finished spreading the top layer onto the bottom layer, so the future ooey gooey layer is sitting on the cake layer, and I'm going to place it in the oven and bake it for 40 minutes. And I'm going to try not to lick the bowl because this ooey gooey layer, even before it is baked, is so good. Okay, so here it is. It's been 40 minutes. I just took it out of the oven, and this is what a ooey gooey cake looks like when it's straight out of the oven. I can hardly wait to eat it. Now, I'm going to let it cool off a bit, and then I'm going to cut it, because if you cut it too soon, it's really ooey gooey. So, from my past experience, it's good to let it cool off as long as possible. It's been a while later, and so now it's had time to cool down, and I just cut a piece, and here it is. So I can hardly wait to try it. Hopefully, if it's like past ones I've made, it'll be so good. Not to pat myself in the shoulder, but they are so delicious and so simple to make. So I hope you try this out yourself at home. Enjoy! Bye!